Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of Andy the Gabby Cabby. Hope everyone is all right and you've enjoyed your weekends. I have to apologise first of all for the slight dark thing. I'm in the living room and there's sun coming that way, and I've tried to turn the light on and everything else, and it's not quite done it. But I hope you can see me sufficiently enough and certainly hear me, which is the main thing. Hello to everybody. Good to see you all. Now, there's a question that came up straight away. WTF are pink ladies? Well, as somebody quite rightly pointed out, the pink ladies were actually in Greece, but they're not the pink ladies I'm going to be talking about today, and all will become clear. Now, the thumbnail for this live is this is ridiculous, and there's a picture of the aforementioned pink ladies and a letter which I want to go through with you all, which is very important in the context of this whole thing. And it's all about how the pink ladies and also the Raise the Flag movement are going to be classified. Now, to answer the question, who are the pink ladies? Let's see some pictures here. These are the pink ladies. These are concerned mums, concerned grandmothers, concerned sisters, concerned ladies. They're about what's going on in this country with regard to the visitors that we're actually getting. And one of the pink ladies is our very own Sarah White. You can see her there in that picture. And they are all basically going out on the street and saying we are not happy with what's going on in this country. Normal, everyday people. This is the whole thing with this entire affair, isn't it? Normal, everyday people are actually standing up and saying, no, we're not having this any longer. Well, last night, before I decided to turn in for the night, I decided to have a look at Twitter. And I came across this here. Tower Hamlets Council officially announced a motion to label the pink ladies and raise the colours far-right extremists on Wednesday, the 8th of October. So that's 2 days' time. See below. Please also see the organisation chart of Tower Hamlets Council. I'm not sure whether to laugh or cry at this point. Now, that's from Orla Minihane, one of the organisers of the pink ladies, and also in Reform as well. And just to remind you, just to show you these pictures again, tell me, what's far right about these ladies? Are they just concerned mums and grandmas and sisters and friends going around and saying, no, we've had enough of this? And they all ended up descending on London, I think a few days ago, actually, to along the same lines, say, well, we've had enough of this. Well, let's have a look at Tower Hamlets, shall we, and exactly what they've got to say. And this needs outing for the ridiculousness it is. Now, this is the organisation chart of Tower Hamlets that all are actually published. And you can see at the head, the mayor of Tower Hamlets, Luther Rahman, and all of the underlings underneath. It is really bloody ridiculous. And the motion that they're referring to is this one here. Now, I'm going to pull this up on my phone, so I've got a bigger version of it that I can read off to you. And you'll see where we're going with this, and we'll talk a little bit about the bigger picture. So, where are we? Profile. Oh, I've got 7,605 followers on Twitter now, I've just noticed. Thank you very much. If you're not on there or over there, please follow me. That'd be great. Right, here we go. So this motion is going to be put forward on the 8th, so 2 days' time. Opposition motion for debate, standing up to the far right and tackling uneven development on the Isle of Dogs. So, Tower Hamlets has a rich history of migration and diversity, as well as an inclusive culture, which makes the borough home to over 325,000 people with over 90 different languages spoken across the borough. Any Cockney rhyming slang anymore? I don't Adam and Eve it. Tower Hamlets also has a well-known history of standing up to oppression and fascism, from the Battle of Cable Street to the riots following the murder of Altab Ali and the election of a BNP councillor in 1993. Each of these events brought the diverse communities together to fight the far right and kick them out of our borough. Well, on that basis, I think we can all agree that London is lost for now. Tower Hamlets Council stated it wishes to be designated a borough of sanctuary. This council further notes between 2010 and 2024, successive governments pursued an austerity agenda with little investment in public services or home building. Since 1990, fewer than 54,000 council homes have been built across the UK. Since 2010, the cost of living crisis and rising demand for services have placed continuing pressure on household and residents' income. There's been an increase in far-right narratives, now this is a juicy bit, and support for those narratives over the last 15 years as seen through Brexit. Increases in Islamophobia, and more recently the focus on migrants, refugees and asylum seekers. In July, the Home Office temporarily placed people seeking asylum at the Britannia Hotel on the Isle of Dogs without warning to the council or to residents. Local residents have valid concerns around safety, security and equity, but in the absence of informational leadership, these concerns have been allowed to escalate and become intertwined with far-right narratives under the banner of keeping women and children safe. Over the summer, the presence and activity of far-right and fascist groups at the Britannia Hotel in recent weeks, including individuals associated with White Vanguard, the Homeland Party, the Spartans, the EDL. The EDL's been defunct for a decade, and convicted PDF files. There's that word again. 2 in 5 men arrested in 2024 race riots have been reported for domestic abuse. An organised campaign, Operation Raise the Colours, which saw the St George Cross and Union flags attached to public infrastructure across the country without consent, that this national campaign is led by far-right extremists. So they're badging the Raise the Colours, and they're also badging the Pink Ladies as far-right extremists. Now, whenever this inclusivity, lefty, stupid lot turn around and say that we're bitching and complaining about what they're up to, you see, one of the things that it said in that piece was there are 90 different languages spoken in the Tower Hamlets area. London is London. London is the capital city of England. And I'm fed up personally to the back teeth of all this inclusivity, all of this multiculturalism, because it's quite obvious to all and sundry it doesn't work anymore. And, you know, you look at the makeup of the Tower Hamlets Council right there, including the mayor. And what you have is people taking to the streets. These aren't far right. I mean, who the hell are you calling far right? These are just normal individual ladies who have got a problem with what's happening in this country. You've got an overpopulation crisis. You've got strain on the NHS. No bugger can get a doctor's appointment. I've got knackered knees and I'm still waiting. The police are a joke. They don't support us anymore and will arrest you for so much as just speaking. We've got people coming in which we don't know anything about and being placed near vulnerable areas such as schools, residential homes, areas with kids. And, you know, I could sit here and go on. And then you get people coming out and saying, We've had enough. We don't like what's going on. Now, under the English Constitution, what you have to realize is we have the right to public redress. We have the right to public assembly. We have the right to stand up and say no. And you've got the Home Secretary now talking about putting restrictions on our right to peaceful assembly. What they really want to do is basically stomp on your right to protest. That's what it's all about. And it's easy to throw that far right trope about. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, which I asked before, right, about far right and left and everything else. And you'll see it's utter crap. It's just a label designed to silence dissent, shut you up. Let's say we have a PDF file, we will call them, and they've been caught and they've been convicted. And if the sentence was, let's just say, very, very severe, to the point that they wouldn't be around very long to do it again, would you consider that an appropriate sentence? Well, I would. And that's a very right-wing way of looking at the problem. So let's turn it on its head, shall we? Let's say there's somebody who is in big need of help, who really needs all the help and assistance they can, no matter the cost. And what you have is a situation where they get the help. Would you agree that they deserve that help? I would. That can be argued a very left-wing way of doing things, a very left-wing way of doing things. So at the end of the day, I'm considered right-wing because of my views, and I've just demonstrated that I'm not. Now, I want to show you a video here, which is very important. I'm just loading it up on the screen. I'm going to mute it because I don't want a copyright strike on this bloody channel. But there we go. Let's play this. This is individuals who were organised by Sarah White, who turned up in their masses to move that big pile of ballast. Apparently there's a couple of tons of it to another point to help in the construction of a spa pool to help a disabled young girl. And you know who organised all this? All of these people helped organise all these people to go and do this? None other than Sarah White, one of the Pink Ladies. And she would be considered a far-right extremist under what we've just spoken about. You know, these are communities coming together to help people who are in need. There you go. That's all of them there. And we're all labelled as far-right extremists. People, normal people, just wanting to do the right thing for their communities. It's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share me on your socials, and let's have a look at what people have to say. So we've got Alexander, government set laws, not councils, massive overreach by invaders and traitors. Absolutely. Now, I do suggest that this is coming from upon high somewhere, particularly when you look at other comments about nullifying people's ability to actually stand up and say, we're not happy with this. Penguin Overlord, we were playing. Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be the other way around, wouldn't it? Definitely. Knifed. What would happen if the Pink Ladies just changed their colour? They can't get paperwork for every colour of the rainbow just to ban them out of spite. That's a bloody good idea, isn't it? They could be yellow ladies or red ladies or purple ladies. They could have a different colour for every day of the week, couldn't they? That'd keep them on their toes. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. John F. Kennedy, absolutely. You know, there's a memorial to JFK in Runnymede, fairly near Windsor Castle, and it's a 3-acre piece of land which is actually American soil on in England. Bet you didn't know that. I'm going to go and have a look one day. We need more pink ladies. Yes, we do. We certainly do need more pink ladies. Absolutely correct. The pink ladies were in the film Grease. You know what? My wife absolutely loves the film Grease. It's one of her favourites. Absolutely one of her favourites. But these pink ladies are doing some sterling work. Yeah, Jilly Cooper died. I saw that as a news headline just before I came live. Apparently, she had a fall, bless her. So rest in peace, Jilly Cooper. That's what the headline says, and I'm sure more will come out. Think you were right, Tonks, but what the fuck, the pink ladies in East London? Well, hopefully I've just explained that to you, Penguin. It's a good name, actually. Tamsin, the authorities will try to silence us and leave the left to do what the hell they want. Can see it coming. Yeah, absolutely. You know, what you have to look at is, you know, the hierarchy of that council. And also, if you look at the affiliations of people in Parliament and the groups they belong to, Fabians being one of them, none of this is allowed in England. None of it. And according to the Constitution, they should be out. And it's about time that people learn what their rights actually are. Look at the demographic. Yeah, well, they're councillors, not MPs, but, you know, the sentiment's the same. Absolutely right. So then, in my mind, they're naturally biased to what's going on. I've heard this, the lodger. I have heard this, amongst other things. I have heard, as I hear many things in my position. Dan GG, the far right, have always been seen as violent, even though it's the left that bring out the righteous fury of the left. My experience of all of this, what I've been doing for the last 5 years, watching and reporting and everything else, generally those that are considered far right, who are just concerned citizens, English patriots, are always the ones that are demonized. But then you get agitators who suddenly turn up at the left, winding it up. Yes, you get people that have had a few too many beers and everything else. I'm not completely naive, but it's usually the left where the trouble starts, and then the right get the blame. There is no right and left. It's right and wrong. Daniel Carter, good morning, Andy. Just caught your live stream, so spun back to the start of it. Well, thank you very much. It's only going to be 20, 25 minutes anyway, so not too bad. Boyd, you should know by now, anything that benefits the UK, they won't support. Anything that makes it worse, they love. Well, they just want to destroy the place. It's all about getting back into the big happy EU family through regionalisation, demonising anybody who is native of these lands that want to preserve them and want to protect them. Loads and loads of buzz were used to gain control. We can see right through the bullshit. That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. And I think they don't like the fact that more and more people are seeing that. Being far right is better than being far wrong. You're not wrong. You know, you get called racist and all the rest of it. And me personally, I've had just about enough of it. You know, you want to call me that, you go ahead. I don't care. Sam likes fruit. The police are a bunch of domestic abuser mummy boys who steal houses of victims of child. I saw a live that Paul Thorpe did where they discussed the police, and some of the comments I made were pretty much bang on the button. I have, all I'll say is experience of the way it should be, not the way it is now. And it's horrifying, the difference. Tamsin, exactly. It's multiculturalism that's caused everything. Each community doesn't mix and doesn't want to mix with other communities. That's it. It's cultural differences, and like it or not, it's caused a great big problem in this country on the streets. And when you get the problems brought in, you get all of the different flags from different places and all of the different agendas and everything else all mixing up. And before you get it, you've got a big, boiling pot full of trouble. Billy's Corner, multiculturalism never worked. We're a Christian nation. Have a look at the video I did yesterday about the churches. 9,000 churches have been subject to criminal activity of some sort over the last 3 years. No one talks about it. Simple as that, let alone just go back and look through history. It's not rocket science to see different ideologies at basic level don't mix. There you go. You've hit the nail firmly on the head there. Alexander, diversity includes white people. It is turn to tell the immigrants that we whites are the indigenous population. Absolutely. Well, you're all of the same mind, really. There's a load of awake people here. We all know what's going on. We all see what's going on, and we all feel equally oppressed. It's really that simple. Anyway, folks, thank you for listening. I'll probably be along a bit later with another live or another video. I just felt that this needed addressing. At the end of the week on Friday, I think we agreed, I will be doing a live stream with Noel Wilcox. Load of information there to check out. Yeah, Friday at 8 o'clock. And I'll be setting that up today. And also a friend of mine who ran a YouTube channel called Sanity Checkers has decided to make a bit of a comeback. And I will be doing a live with him on his channel on Saturday evening. And I think I can get that streamed over here. So that'll be good as well. Anyway, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day. I look forward to talking to you a little bit later on. Toodaloo.